Penknife, and there's some suggestion that that is what might have been utilized during this homicide. Pring Wilson, as you mentioned, is a graduate student at Harvard, had hoped to pursue a career in the law. Apparently both of his parents are lawyers, so he's going to get a little bit of a preview of what the inside of a courtroom looks like, but not from a lawyer's table, from inside the defendant's dock when he's arraigned later on this morning. For now, Dan Ray live in Cambridge. Back to you, Sharon and Scott. All right, Dan Ray, thank you very much. We're expecting to learn more today about the plane crash in Leominster earlier this month that claimed 6 lives. Back on April 4th, a small plane from New York crashed into an industrial building in Leominster. 6 of the 7 people on board were killed. A 13-year-old girl was the lone survivor. Today, the NTSB is expected to release its initial report on what went wrong.
All right, you might have expected this. It's getting more expensive to drive. According to a new AAA survey, people who drive 15,000 miles will spend an average of $7,700 on auto-related expenses. That works out to nearly 52 cents per mile. That increase comes from higher fuel and insurance prices. So it's getting more expensive, and it's not getting any easier out there on the roads, it looks like. Let's check in with Eric Keenan.
Sharon, we still have delays out there right now. It's very busy on the Mass Turnpike heading in towards 495 and 128. Solar glare, the problem there. We have delays, a couple of earlier accidents on Route 24 northbound and Route 3 as you head up towards the expressway. That's a very heavy and slow ride right now. No major problems up on the North Shore. We look good on 128. We also look good on 95 heading southbound. Now elsewhere, we are seeing delays on the expressway. A very, very tough ride right now. Just before this, we have a breakdown on the expressway northbound, and if you were traveling southbound, starting to get busier because we have an accident down after Furnace Brook Parkway, and you can see the northbound all tied up as well. So a tough ride on the expressway this morning. Lower deck of 93, that's really not too bad, and Sky I-4 shows us traffic moving pretty well out there on 128. There's your traffic. Back to Sharon and Scott.
All right, Eric, thank you very much. 7:39 still ahead, gearing up for Marathon Monday, which is just a week from today. One man's special bond with a disabled teenager and how it's driving him to run the marathon.
Also ahead, Russell Crowe's honeymoon and the prenuptial agreement he and his new wife have signed.
A prenup. Well, plus the Red Sox do something they haven't done yet this season. You're watching the morning news on UPN 38, and look at those Red Sox fans. They're lining up outside the ballpark for the few games which have not sold tickets atop the Green Monster yet, the April game. So that's a highly sought-after ducat. We'll continue in just a second.
Why buy your next vehicle at Toyota of Weymouth? Because it's family.
We are dedicated to exceeding your expectations.
For directions, call 781-337-2000 or visit toyotaofweymouth.com.
The sun tunes up the sky. Hey, open your sleepy eyes. That aroma mountain grown can make this day your own. Now you're feeling a whole new beat. Hey world, ain't life sweet? The best part of waking up is Folgers in your car.
And try the enticing flavors of hazelnut and French vanilla.
Now, non-drowsy allergy medicine you can take right when you need it. Alivert. It starts dissolving the instant it touches your tongue without water. So you can take Alivert wherever you are for non-drowsy relief. New Alivert. Allergy medicine right when you need it, wherever you are.
By age 50, if you're just wishing for good health, good luck. Help improve your odds with Caltrate. The same Caltrate shown in a clinical study to help stop bone loss may also help reduce the risk of recurrent colon polyps. It's never too late for Caltrate.
If you want to really save on carpet,
Hop to it! Get on the phone to Empire, our big spring sale, and you won't make a payment till next year. Save a half on carpet, 50%, and you won't make a payment till next year. Next day installation, samples at home, and you won't make a payment till next year.
Sale ends soon, so hop to it.
800-588-2300, Empire today.
The Strauss Potting Shed, where good hands go to get dirty. Check this out. When these marigolds were potted, they were the same size. Did this one get more sun? More water? No. The difference? This. Miracle Grow Potting Mix. Premium organic materials plus just the right amount of Miracle Grow plant food mixed in. Miracle Grow Potting Mix is so much richer than ordinary potting soil. Plants grow twice as big. Have you used Miracle Grow lately?
The Saab 9.3 convertible. So many adjectives have never been so affordable. Lease a Saab 9.3 convertible as low as $399 a month for 48 months. For details, see your Saab dealer.
Looking for chairs, bar and counter stools, dinettes? The Chair Fair has the largest selection in New England. Choose from thousands of custom combinations. Nobody beats a Chair Fair price. Visit the Chair Fair today in Weymouth, Attleboro, and West Roxbury.
Now, the morning news on UPN 38.
And it's good to have you with us this morning. 7:43 is our time now. Scott and Barry and Sharon Alfonsi in for Carrie Connolly this morning.
Yes.
So, Sharon, how's it been for you this morning?
It's been pretty nice. You guys have treated me well.
The old 3-hour tour.
A long 3-hour tour. A lot of coffee is needed to get through this. But
Right.
I can see why Carrie likes the job.
Well, you've been doing a great job.
lovely
It's great to have you with us this morning.
You get the nice smile, so you're enjoying every second.
Oh,
Exactly. That or I'm in shell shock. I don't know which. We'll decide, I guess.
She's a natural.
Yes, indeed.
And Barry, I was thinking about those fans. You know, at least they didn't have rain and stuff, but it was a chilly night overnight, and some of those fans have been camped out since yesterday afternoon.
They're determined to get those tickets, and I can't say that I blame them. Wouldn't mind having a few myself up there for the years, because those are going to be great seats. But anyway, hopefully we had some nice weather. We certainly didn't have it very much on Friday. That was a huge disappointment, big time. But anyway, we move on and try to go for better weather ahead, and believe me, we're going to have it. With today and the next few days, it's going to be incredible around here, but there are the fans lined up at Fenway ready to get those tickets, and it's cool down there this morning, but it's going to be a nice afternoon everywhere. And let's check out the allergy report for you this morning. First things first here, and let's talk about the pollen count, which is low. Actually, it's gone up to moderate now with a reading at 58, which is a little higher than it was last Friday. The mold spore count continues on the low side, even though it's at 3,928 spores. Main allergens are popular in juniper. The weather headlines page: sunny to partly cloudy, seasonable today. Looks like a nice day. Completely sunny this morning. A few high clouds will be streaming across the sky this afternoon, and near record high temperatures tomorrow and maybe even Wednesday. Both days the record high is 82. Tomorrow's was set back in 1896. Likely will be unbroken, but just the fact that we're going to get close to that after having so much inclement cold weather is just truly astonishing. A wintry mix of snow, sleet, and freezing rain to follow this up on Thursday. That's even more astonishing, perhaps not surprising based upon what we've had, but to have it go from one end of the spectrum to the other in 1 week is quite amazing, and that's what we're going to have this week. 38 in Boston currently, 20 still in some of the suburbs, but starting to warm up as a big, nice, bright sunshine goes to work. We got 30 north, 38 in Providence, but we had some 20s this morning, and this afternoon it'll be just about at 60 in Andover and Concord and Franklin. Boston probably will shoot up to 59 by late this afternoon. Much of the day the wind will be coming in from the east-southeast, so that's going to keep it cool right along the coast, but by late this afternoon, more of the south wind, east coastal locations will warm up the greatest to about the upper 50s near 60. But southerly wind keep it cool at Yarmouth today, 50. And central Massachusetts will be in the lower 60s today, so it's a nice day coming up. With a few high clouds starting to show up by midday. More of this may show up this afternoon, but primarily concentrated across northern New England as the winds blow at 10 to 18 miles an hour this afternoon out of the southeast and south. Seeing some of that cloudiness will spill down later. But look at the warmth, which is wedged all the way up almost into south central Canada here, all above 80 in most all of these zones, and that's headed for Boston. We're going to have it tomorrow with southwest wind. Now the thing is, the wind is going to be really strong, 15 to 35 miles an hour tomorrow, and that'll keep, with the wind coming across the water, only 55 to 60 on the south side of the Cape, ranging up to about 80 in Boston to 82 in the northwestern suburbs. Wednesday morning, here's the cold front. We'll still be warm, all warm Wednesday, early Tuesday night, Wednesday morning will be 55 to 60. We'll go to 75 to 80 Wednesday before it turns extremely cold here for Wednesday night and Thursday. Look what we have. If we get any overrunning precipitation, it could be snow, sleet, and freezing rain in the low to middle 30s on Thursday. So we go from one end to the other. And back to you, Scott.
All right, Barry, thank you very much. 7:46 is our time now. A new Associated Press poll shows that most Americans would rather wait until the war is over before getting another tax cut. 61% of those polled say it'd be better to hold off on tax cuts to make sure there's enough money to pay for the war. 31% say it's more important to cut taxes to give people money to spend, and stimulate the economy. In our Jump Up and Go segment this Monday, results of a disturbing study linking childhood obesity and adult diabetes. Doctors say kids are eating too much food and not exercising enough. Well, they've known that for some time now, but it's creating an unprecedented number of type 2 diabetes diagnoses recently. Researchers fear that the number of children with early stages of diabetes could create a disastrous diabetic situation as this generation reaches adulthood.
All right, we got a little bit of dish this morning. Russell Crowe's new bride apparently signed a prenuptial agreement. According to Entertainment Tonight, Danielle Spencer gets a minimum of $15 million if the marriage lasts at least 3 years. She would also receive the penthouse the couple just purchased in Sydney, but Crowe would keep his 800-acre Australian ranch. Now, Crowe and his new wife are now on their honeymoon, and they are driving through the Australian countryside. I would imagine their attorneys are not far behind them,
Yeah,
keeping an eye on it.
These prenups, you know, it's almost like saying, well, it may not work out, so I don't know.
I think so. Well, $5 million a year that works out to.
Right, that's pretty good cash.
I bet she's going to hang on for a little while. Feeling.
Hopefully only because of true love, right?
Right.
From the big day.
And many of the runners will be raising either money or awareness for a cause. And this morning, Hamilton introduces us to one man who has 2 reasons to run.
Think of them too, and I just keep going.
41-year-old Rafi Boyajian says he has 2 reasons to run the marathon this year. He first ran it in 2002 after his 8-year-old son, Rafi Jr., died from brain cancer.
I just lived through him, you know, he was so strong through it all.
And now he runs to raise money for the Travis Roy Foundation and the New England Spinal Cord Initiative in the name of another young man who shares his son's same spirit.
He's cheerful and, you know, they both have the same strength.
Boyajian is running for Jack Shattuck. Less than a year ago, the 14-year-old was diagnosed with transverse myelitis, a neurological virus that attacks the spinal cord and ultimately paralyzes the patient.
It felt like kind of when your foot falls asleep, pins and needles. And it started in my feet, came up through my legs, and up into my spine.
Within days, Jack changed from a healthy teenager who enjoyed biking and skating to being unable to move from the neck down.
Really, I just look at it as everybody does it, but I have to do it differently.
Rafi says that strong will coupled with his son's memory inspires him and will bring him home to the finish. Robin Hamilton for the Morning News.
Thank you, Robin. Our sister station, WBZ-4, is the station for the marathon. As always, we'll have live, continuous coverage of the race on Monday, April 21st, starting early in the morning. Carrie and I are going to be hosting a 2-hour preview show starting at 9 a.m. and, of course, we'll be on at 5 a.m. with the first news of Marathon Monday.
I love Marathon Monday. And checking sports, Tiger Woods' bid for a 3rd straight Masters title came up short yesterday. Mike Ware beat Len Matisse on a playoff hole to win his first green jacket.
Yeah,
a Canadian.
Yeah, first ever to win a major. First Canadian ever to win a major. And only the second lefty. Bruins are in a huge hole, down 3 games to none now after the Devils beat them 3-0 yesterday at the Fleet Center. Scott Stevens scored the first goal there, and they went on to win it behind the strong goaltending of the amazing Martin Brodeur, who had 29 saves. Sox had a shutout, too. They beat the Orioles 2-0 yesterday afternoon for their first Fenway win of the year. Nomar put the Sox on the board with a solo homer in the first. Not caught out there. He hit it off the light tower, by the way. Derek Lowe and Tim Wakefield combined on a 6-hit shutout. So the amazing Wakefield in relief this time. Closes the door after a little scare in the 9th, and Derek Lowe pitched great.
It was good to watch. Still ahead, we're going to check the latest headlines in the War with the Rock.
Also had what Monica Lewinsky is saying about her new job as a Gulp TV host.
But first, let's look back on this day in history. In 1828, Noah Webster was saying, "Word up." He copyrighted his first edition of the dictionary. The American Dictionary of the English Language contained 70,000 words, 12,000 of which had not appeared in such a publication before.
Boy, Noah was hip, huh?
Who knew?
In 1865, President Lincoln was shot at Ford's Theater in Washington on this day by actor John Wilkes Booth, who was later tracked down and killed by authorities. President Lincoln died the next morning.
And it was April Fool's Day for the Doobie Brothers in 1979. Their song, What a Fool Believes, co-written by Kenny Loggins, topped the charts for a 1-week stretch.
When the liquid-fueled rocket was invented, WPI was there. Breakthroughs by Worcester Polytechnic Institute graduates have made the world better.
When the airbag was developed, WPI was there.
Our unique curriculum engages students in technology and society.
When early antibiotics were created, WPI was there.
They emerge well-rounded, ready to make a difference.
When tomorrow's innovations are made, I'll be there.
Worcester Polytechnic Institute, the University of Science and Technology and Life.
Ever worry about leaving those bleach tablets in your toilet tank? Fact, with new Cling with Bleach Clip-On, you don't have to worry. Because it's the first and only clip-on that releases the power of bleach from inside the bowl. Life demands new Cling with Bleach Clip-On.
Now, your New England Ford dealer is celebrating Ford's 100-year anniversary by offering zero financing for 60 months or $3,000 cash back on some of the best-selling cars, trucks, and SUVs around. That's special anniversary 0% financing for 60 months or $3,000 cash back. See your New England Ford dealer now for zero financing for 60 months or $3,000 cash back on your favorite Ford.
If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
Pain is such a pain when you're a mother. But you've got Mom's Motrin. Motrin IB. Fast and furious. For moms who don't fool around with pain.
Gums get no respect. No wonder over 75% of us have gum problems. So Reach created Max, clinically proven to reduce gingivitis. It massages gums and cleans hard-to-reach spots to help prevent gum disease. The Reach Max.
Are you living with mild or moderate eczema? Do you get an itchy rash? Do you moisturize all the time? Have you tried prescription treatments and other things to care for your skin? When you and your doctor find other treatments don't work for you, there's concern about their risks, or you simply can't tolerate them. There's steroid-free Elidel. Elidel is a different way to control mild or moderate eczema. You can use Elidel for repeated courses as directed by your doctor. And Elidel can be used anywhere on your skin, even on children as young as 2. There is no cure for eczema, but Elidel can help relieve the symptoms. The most common side effects were a feeling of warmth or burning where applied, headache, cold symptoms such as sore throat and cough, and rarely viral skin infection. You should also avoid unprotected exposure to the sun and sun lamps.
Ask your doctor if steroid-free Elidel is right for you.
Call 1-8774 Elidel. It's the #1 dermatologist prescribed brand for eczema.
Good morning, 7:55 and 46 degrees. I'm Scott Wally with the latest on the war in Iraq now as we continue along on this Monday morning. We're learning more about the 7 American POWs rescued over the weekend. The group was released after being held for 22 days. Actually, they were captured. They were reportedly kicked and beaten, but were fed and given medical treatment. They were locked up, but they were not attended to when they were found. Fighting continues in Saddam Hussein's hometown of Tikrit, where U.S. Marines are battling scattered Republican Guard forces. And Saddam's half-brother and close advisor has been arrested as the war continues to wind down. Let's check in with Eric Keenan and see what's doing on the roadways. Eric?
Scott, we have problems out there. 128 northbound side, right in this area here. We have a car fire by Endicott Street, so obviously that's going to slow things down. That is on the northbound side of 128. Southbound tied up, trying to get down to the Cloverleaf at 93. 93 is all filled in from 495 down to that point. Route 3 pretty slow getting down to 128 as well. So you do have delays north of town, south of town. We have some delays too. You can see the expressway, a heavy and slow route on the northbound side, and even slower as you make your way up towards Mass Avenue. Lower deck of 93, that's all jammed up too, all the way back almost into Medford at this point. There's your traffic. Now let's check out the weather with Barry.
Okay, Eric, hi to you, and hi everybody on this Monday morning. Nice and sunny out there as we just witnessed by those traffic shots, and we'll stay sunny just about all day. We've got some upper 30s close to the water, but we've also got some 20s in some inland spots where there was some pretty good radiation cooling overnight last night. As far as sunshine, yeah, we'll have it just about all day. Package of clouds up here scooting across southern Canada. Some of that will spill over, and we'll see some streamers of high clouds in here, particularly coming up for this afternoon. But it's very warm in Chicago today. It'll be close to 82, and that's what we'll have in Boston, almost up to that level here in Boston tomorrow. We'll shoot for 80. except 55 to 60 at south-facing coastal locations, and range up to near 80 as you get up closer to Boston, particularly in the western and northwestern suburbs. Will be 80 to 82 tomorrow afternoon. It'll be tempered some up by the strength of the southwesterly wind, though, which will blow at 15 to 35 miles an hour. Now, it'll still be warm through about 1 to 3 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, then the temperature will drop precipitously Wednesday afternoon after being 75 to 80, maybe even a little snow, sleet, and rain on Thursday. Back with more news shortly.
It's about fun, it's about family, and it's affordable at Gary's Sports and RV Center in Chichester, New Hampshire. And whether you're a first-time RVer or just value-conscious, Gary's is the place to buy your next RV. Gary's has dozens of makes and styles to choose from, all at the lowest prices around, like this 2003 Springdale Clearwater 260 with diamond plate, air conditioning, queen-size bed, and much more for only $11,995. So visit Gary's Sports and RV Center today and save for spring. But hurry, these deals won't last.
The Jewelry Exchange is a direct diamond importer and has their factory in full view. The Jewelry Exchange has thousands of diamonds, most with GIA or EGL certs, laser inscribed and guaranteed the lowest price. We have thousands of mountings to choose from, and your diamond is then set while you watch. Certified 1-carat ISI diamonds are only $2,900 and 1-carat solitaires are $599. Our new high-end cabinets have hundreds of rare high-end items. You can't beat our deals. Buy factory direct and save. The Jewelry Exchange in Sudbury.
And here we have the entranceway, the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, the linen closet. Okie dokie. And over here we have the den. Very cozy. And over here's the master bedroom, the bathroom.
The sunshine fresh scent of Gain leaves your laundry beaming with such a clean, fresh smell. It's hard to resist.
Monica Lewinsky is talking about her latest career move. The former White House intern is the new host of the Fox show, Mr. Personality.
And Lewinsky says her life was a reality show, so she might as well host one. Mr. Personality features a woman who gets to choose from 20 masked men while seeking dating advice from Lewinsky. Besides her TV gig, Lewinsky designs purses and is considering law school or graduate school in psychology.
All right, I have a promise to make to you both this morning. I will never watch that show.
You don't think so?
Not a frame.
Not even like a train wreck to just see what's going on.
Not even a glance by accident. It's not going to happen. That's the promise.
I think it'll be funny.
Think you're sure about that?
I don't know.
Hey, Sharon, it's been great having you with us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you both for being so kind to me.
Any old
first
time.
day here. I appreciate it.
Alrighty. And enjoy the morning, everybody. Our next full newscast at noon on BZ. We'll see you then.